Well, hopefully we're getting a lot closer here to get the track back in running shape. We'll see if the tractor comes back on, but as long as it's just a truck going around, we should be pretty good. Track officials, track crew, and drivers alike all making sure that what they noticed was wrong is, well, fixed. That's the hope. Well, the significant drop in noise means the tractor shut off, so hopefully that's a good sign. Keep it over there for a while. We'll let the truck run things over a little bit. Thank you to some of our sponsors. I want to thank the gold sponsor tonight for the Now 600s, the Lynn Pepco. The gold sponsor, we want to thank Silver Kennesaw Motor Co., Pat's Auto Repair, Mid-Nebraska Lane Developers. Also want to give a shout out to our class sponsors. We'll give them another shout out when the classes are out on track, but for your A class, it's Friesen Auto. For your junior sprints, it's M&K Ag Solutions. For your restricted, it's Stallard Chassis and Components. For the adult flat carts, which are not running tonight, it is Pioneer Collins Ag Services. And for your non-wings, which are, it is Viero Wireless. So big thanks to sponsors. Money in racing is very much a thing that is needed. So we appreciate any money and all the support that goes to supporting the track and supporting our drivers. Well, there goes the truck off the track, so hopefully we are not too far away from getting things going here. An announcement being made on the far side. Can't hear it, but hopefully that's telling people to get ready and get going as well. We want to get the show on the road. Well, a few people out on foot on the track looking things over. See what they say. One of our track crew grabbed some cotton candy. Everyone needs a little snack. All right. We've gotten the all clear, ladies and gentlemen. Track's in good condition, so we're going to get ready to start our race tonight. So, first things first, let's ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove cover for the playing of our national anthem as we honor America, especially the week after Memorial Day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started out here on the track. Hopefully we got some cars lined up on the backstretch. As the song's about to say, it's about to get crazy. I don't know, I always love pairing this one up with the national anthem. It just, something about it, a racetrack.
Hey, it's a good one.
I tell you what, folks, only in the greatest country on earth can you listen to the Star Spangled Banner, then I don't even know, rock pop song, and then you hear a bunch of cars go around the track at a lot faster speeds than I'm allowed to drive on the road, and call it entertainment. I love it. Well, what a way to kick off Nebraska Speed Week. We've said it before, but KAM Raceway for the first 2 nights, we're going to run our heats in this order. We're going to start with our junior sprints, then our non-wings, then our restricted, followed by the sportsman and the A-class. Each heat is going to get 8 laps out on track. Then we'll take an intermission after our heats are ran, and we will get into a couple B features with the A features, the show of the night. By that time, I hope it's dark, and I hope the lights are on, because that's, of course, the best time to go racing.
That is true. We will be under the lights here shortly as we get set to go, like he just said. 2 nights here at KAM Raceway, then we go over to Fairbury, Nebraska at Jefferson County Speedway for Friday and Saturday night racing, and then finish off the Speed Weeks over at Stewart. All right, race fans, it is time for heat number 1 as they come out onto the track. We'll get them all lined up. Once again, the start line is right there, the chalk line where they're going to start. Head flagman going to give them 1 to go before we drop the green flag. For heat number 1, Nathan, take it away.
Look at them all lined up like they know what they're doing. Let's go. Junior sprints out on track in heat number 1. It's the 3G of Everett Geiger, the 65 of Brighton Bowie, the 24K of Kaysen Kalkwolf, the 57 of Audrey Larson, the 66 of Breck Bowie, the 23S of Cruz Snyder, the 7WW of Whitley Sewer, and the 9 of Camden Blummer. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 laps out on the track right now for your junior sprints running wild. Let's go. Clean through turns 1 and 2. Geiger holding on to the lead. Whoa, he got some bumping. If you're not bumping, you're not racing. There, keep it straight on the track, and we're green still. Again, 8 laps. That was lap 1 of 8. This will be 2 completed here. Everett Geiger out in the lead. That gap closing by Brighton Bowie. Right on the back left quarter panel, side by side into turn 3. A race for the lead. And it's going to be Brighton Bowie who takes over the lead. And there's a nice move by Audrey Larson, the 57. She moves up into second. Now looking to catch Bowie in the lead. Casey and Kalkworth in the 24T also, or excuse me, 24K are also looking to move up to third. That was lap 5, so we should have 3 remaining laps here on the track in E number 1. Kalkworth makes the pass, moves up to third. And your 2 leaders getting past a little slower traffic. And it's Audrey Larson with take the white flag in second, but she's looking to make a move into first. She's right on the bumper. Less than a car's length down the back stretch. Slower traffic in the way. Larson goes wide, goes inside. It's not enough. At the checkered flag, it's going to be Brighton Bowie who came across it first. Boy, that was almost a great move by Larson. Had the slower traffic in front, moved outside, then moved inside, and almost had it at the line.
Would have had one more lap, would have got the win on that one, but not quite yet. All right, so we will get group number 1 off of the track. We'll bring out heat number 2 of the junior sprints, and they'll line up like this.
Inside row number 1, it's the 77 of Weston Whitaker. On the outside, the 7W of Willard Ballard, the 15 of Gio Anderlini, the 1 of Tucker Friesen, the 99C of Charlie Labani, the 77D of Dane Jaros, and the 3E, although one of them's not out there, but it should be Sawyer Epps. So we'll see which car is missing here as we get going. And we're green. No 3E out there, so no Ep out on track. And we got 2 cars around contact, but they're straightening it back out, so no white or no yellow flag. We'll say green. And it's Ballard, the first one to the start-finish line again, and now we've got a car not able to move. That should bring out the yellow here on the track. Oh, no, we're going to keep it green. We're just going to push it off. Good work by the track crew. We'll keep them green going around here. Everyone's in a safe spot. Ballard in the lead. There goes Friesen trying to make a move. That's Tucker Friesen in the 1, not able to get anything done in turns 3 and 4. Anderlini is in third, made a move up 1 spot. This is lap. That's 4 completed, so we're halfway through heat number 2. And things are staying pretty much in running order as they were. That's Weston Whitaker in 4th. As we're nose to tail down the front stretch. Friesen tries to make a move. Got that left rear quarter panel there. Friesen has to go outside. Not going to make the move. On the inside is Anderlini. Now they're bunching up in front. That second spot's up for grabs. Friesen trying to hold on to it. Friesen on the outside. It's the long way around. White flag one more time around. Friesen trying to go outside. They bump wheels. Oh, my goodness. That was full contact around the curve there. Friesen still in second. Trying to do something here one last time. Through the turns. Checkers out. It's going to be at the line. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go to My Race Pass. My Race Pass gives that one to the 1 of Tucker Friesen. Coming across the line first. A gap of .025. How quick is that?
That was pretty close there between those two. And once again, that is just heat number 2 here tonight. And we've got that kind of racing only the second heat of the night.
Yeah, if we're going wheel to wheel, I'm not going to need the rest of my Red Bull down here. I think we're going to have plenty of excitement out on the track. So heat 3 should be Excuse me, that's the end of our heats for the junior sprints. Just 2 of them. Now up next, our non-wing. So out there, heat 1 for our non-wings. The front row inside, the 38 of Brantley Jaden, and the outside, the 98 of Matthew Laughlin. They're going to have to go around at least one more time, get lined up. On the inside of row number 2, it's the 01 of Owen Larson. The outside, the 37 of Aiden Purdue. Inside of row number 3, it's the 97 of Donnie Burrows. And the outside, the 4 of Zaid Hansen. Inside row number 4, it's the 11C of Blake Cantrell. On the outside, the 87W of Keith Wilt. And bringing up the rear, the number 30 of Kyler Beersey. Yellow light still on, so we're not going green quite yet. We're going to run around a few more times.
8 laps will be the distance for heat number 1 of the non-wing 600s as we get set to go. 8 laps here for the first group.
And we've got our safety four-wheeler back out on track. That might have been what we were waiting on. Make sure we've got proper crew out there if we need a push. Again, hard-working crew here at KAM Raceway. Only 8 cars out there on track, so yet again, someone that I read that's not there. Who is it? Eagle Eye.
And
I'm going to guess it's that 30 car.
That car just making the call barely. We'll see if we can get it running.
Oh. I thought there was supposed to be 9.
Can we get
Very
a
keen
30
eye
car?
of you, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like you've done this before.
If we can get that 30 machine up and running. Try to push it, get it started. If you can't make it, we're going to pull that one into the infield. And we will go with the 8. Head flagman to give him 1 to go before we drop the green flag. And it looks like that other one's going to get pushed into the infield, not able to make the start here.
Is he going to get to the infield in time? I don't. Yeah, we can't go green quite yet. That's not proper protocol, and especially now that we got people out there on foot.
So we're going to get that 30 car into the infield.
Now's the one to go. This one I think is probably legitimate.
So a tough break there for the 30 of Kyler Bierce. Not going to make the call here. So we're going to go 8 cars, 8 laps for heat number 1 of the non-wing 600s. Lights are out around the track as they go into corner number 3. They're going to come out of corner number 4, hit the gas, we're under green.
And they try to go at the line here, and here we go. They've all lined out down the backstretch. And that's Matthew Laughlin, the first to cross the line. And it's Jaden and Purdue battling for second. And it's Purdue who moves up. So it's Laughlin, Purdue, Jaden, and Larson. Larson sitting in 4th, trying to make a move on Taden. And will he have it this time? There they are. Larson trying to complete the move on the outside. There it is, Owen Larson running the high side. Can he do it? Side by side across the line, he's got it. Owen Larson up into 3rd. That's going to be the 4 of Zaid Hansen to the infield. Yellow flag is out. And a little piece of debris on the middle of turns 3 and 4, which looks like something important and might be the reason there's a car sitting in the infield.
Yeah, looks like that car lost the chain, so the chain coming off of that machine.
You think they need those to drive around?
You would think. It's kind of important to have.
All right, we're getting the 1 to go. Should be single file restart here, correct?
Yeah, it should be single file around the
All
cone.
right.
We're going to bring the cone out here on the front stretch. Once again, you cannot advance a position until you get around the cone here on the front.
That's right. The cone The cone is my favorite part of this track. I don't know. I love the cone.
So 5 laps down. We've got 3 laps remaining in this one. Lights are out. We're going to send it back over here to Nathan.
At the line, they hit the go pedal, and here we go. Raining dirt down onto us in the grandstands. I love it. Give me that dirt track smell that you just can't wash off you. Should be 2 to go. This time around, Owen Larson in third. And the first 3 spread out quite a bit. Here we go, white flag taken by Matthew Laughlin. And it's quite bouncy out there on the track still, it looks like. Getting that front left wheel off, but taking the checkered flag is the 98 of Matthew Laughlin.
And heat number 1 of the non-wing 600s are going to finish like this. In that third spot, the 01 of Owen Larson, finishing in second, the 37 of Aiden Purdue. And your race winner, that's the 98 of Matthew Laughlin, finishing in P1 there for the non-wing 600s, heat number 1. All right, so heat number 1 finished up. We're going to get ready to bring out heat number 2.
Tell you what, we've already gone through our first chalk line in the starting position, so we're going to apply a little bit more.
Yeah, got to get a little bit more chalk over there in the corner.
How much chalk do you think we're going to go through tonight? I bet quite a bit. That was only what, three sets of 8 laps out there, right?
Yeah, so we'll probably go through a bag of chalk tonight. I don't know. All right, we're going to bring out group number 2, non-wing 600s. They'll line up like this.
On the inside of row number 1, it's 21X of Keegan Ostentowski. On the outside, the 22 of Hank Soros. On the inside of row number 2, it's the 12K of Brant Woods. The outside, the 2F of Jaden Friesen. Inside row number 3, it's the 1 of CJ Catlett. On the outside, the 4X of Isaac Stutzman. Then it's the 04 of Cormac Linner on the inside of row number 4. On the outside, it's the 14 of Jake Lipker. And in row number 5, it's the 03 of Devin Imdy. And track officials had this group run a little high in turn number 1, and I think that's probably the right call.
Yeah, we're going to try to roll in the top of the corner over there in corner 1 for just a couple laps here.
Well, according to the flagman, just one more.
As the head flagman giving him the 1 to go before we drop the green flag. On the 21X of Keegan Ostentowski, going to set the pace here. Lights are out around the track. We're going to go green at the chalk line outside of corner number 4. 8 laps the distance. Heat number 2 ready to go.
Ostentowski taking us to the start. And here we go. Green flag flying. Clean through 1 and 2. And it's going to be Hank Soros out to the early lead. Jaden Friesen running the inside in 4th. Trying to make a move. Lots of traffic here, though. The Friesens collects Woods there real quick. Able to keep everything straight. Tell you what, once you get going, there's not a lot of room out on this track. Friesen on the inside. Friesen up to 3rd. Friesen knows this track well, but now he drops back to 4th. Woods kept that momentum. It's Soares now, halfway through, 4 completed. And the eardrums, if you're standing outside, are getting assaulted a little bit. This is quite fun. Soares, Woods, a 1.2 second gap between your leader. 2 to go this time around. Flagman grabs the white flag in preparation. Really bouncy there in turn number 1. They're going to have to look at that. That's a rough ride for Friesen, but there we go. Hank Soares Friesen the battle off the line. 1 to go. If you run high on turn 1, you're in for a bumpy ride. And to the checkered flag is Hank Soares. Then it's Brant Woods, Ostentowski, Friesen, Catlett, Linner, Stutzman, Lipker, and MD. My, oh my. They put that pedal down and didn't really ever let up that much.
That was a good one. Another 10-second laps here around KAM Raceway.
Hank Soares winner of heat number 2, followed by Brant Woods and Keegan Ostentowski.
As we bring out the next group for heat number 3, they will line up like this.
Inside row number 1, it's the 14J of Jet Nunley. On the outside, the 2Z of Zach Zeller. Inside row number 2, it's the 21 of Gage Weldon. On the outside, the 1T of Wout Huffmans. Inside row number 3, it's the 4J of Cruz Jelinek. On the outside, the 35L of Camden Gossard. On the inside of row number 4, it's the 15K of Caden Dady. On the outside, the 1S of Skylar Jacobs. We're going to go around at least one more time. And I'll tell you what, watching cars go through turn 1 there, if you ran high, it's a little bumpy.
Yeah, we got that little bit of a hole over there in corner number 1. We're going to try to see if we can get that thing figured out here. If not, it might be pretty interesting come feature time tonight when we've got a full field of cars fighting
that was
for
one
the
of them
win.
behind us. That was the 2F of Jaden Friesen. He was the one I was kind of keeping an eye on. When he went high, he was rocking.
Yeah, it's great to see this amount of cars here tonight. We've got quite a few of them back here. Well, where we normally have a parking lot, we've got a bunch of micros over there. So it's great to see over 100 cars here tonight. Lights
Also
are
have a small man-made lake back there, too.
in a little bit.
Some people call it a puddle.
Lights are out. We're going green this time by.
Nunley and Zeller take us to the chalk line. Here we go. Green flag flying. Jet Nunley out in front. Everyone made a complete lap around. And there goes Huffman up into second. And 2 laps gone by. 0.35 the gap between first and second. Jet Nunley, Wout Huffman, Zach Zeller, Gage Weldon, 1 through 4. Halfway through. Running 11-second laps here for your leader, Jet Nunley. That's cruising around here. 10 seconds is good. 11's not that bad. Turn 1 smoothing out a little bit here. 2 to go, this time by for the race leader. That's Jet Nunley out front in the 14J. You can follow us on My Race Pass. Find KAM Raceway live timing out here. White flag for Jet Nunley. Wout Huffman's trying to do his best to close that gap. He's got 2 more corners to do it, and he's not going to have enough. Checkered flag to Jet Nunley. So an 11-second lap time for just about every racer out there, and that was the 14J of Jet Nunley taking the checkered in heat number 3 of your now 600 non-wing micros.
All right, as we bring out the 4th and final heat for the non-wing 600s. 4 heats tonight here of non-wings. We'll get everybody lined up, ready to go for tonight's features out of the heats.
I think we're going to go single file here through that. No, we're going to double it up. Good call. And try to get them to run high. Man, every time I watch them go through turn 1.
Yeah, we're trying to get that little hole we've got over there packed down as best we can. So we might go one more round here to try to work it in a little bit.
Well, when we do get going, when we get the 1 to go here from the flagman, the inside of row number 1 looks like this. The 19X of Marcus Kennedy on the outside. This 7G of Ollie Geiger. Inside row number 2, it's the 55L of Titus Luce. On the outside, the 319 of Hayden Hansen. Inside row number 3, it's the 77 of Preston Norbury. On the outside, the 73 of Tyler Christensen. On the inside of row number 4, it's the 2 of Fox Funk. On the outside, the 20P of Sean Pointer.
All right, 8 laps once again, the final group of non-wing 600s as we are set to go for heat number 4.
Lights out, flag in hand, hit the chalk line. Here we go. Marcus Kennedy takes us to the line. They were 3 wide in the back of the pack. Sorted that all out pretty quickly. There goes Marcus Kennedy. And that was Tyler Christensen running way up high. Oh my goodness. In turns 1 and 2, found some smooth stuff though. And some ruts being formed in turn 1. Where that tire just digs in. 0.6 seconds, the gap between the leader and the rest. Hayden Hansen in third, trying to make a move on Ollie Geiger. About 3 car lengths in between. Leader widening the gaps, that's Marcus Kennedy. 2 laps remain here in the last heat of our non-600, our non-wings, now 600. Get those words right, here we go. Front 4 look the same, plenty of gap, white flag in the air. One more time around for Marcus Kennedy. And through 3 and 4 cleanly to the checkered, it's Marcus Kennedy, Ollie Geiger, then it's Hayden Hansen, Tyler Christensen, and Titus Luce. But your checkered flag winner for heat number 4, the 19X of Marcus Kennedy.
All right, going to bring out our next group here. Oh, hey, the flyover's a little bit late.
Oh yeah, if you look just past the pit crew grandstands, what is that, Chinook helicopter out there? One of them loud ones? It's going the wrong way, it's going left. We need it to come right. If anyone has connections, get it to fly over us. That'd be pretty fun.
As we bring the restrictors out here on the track, we'll let them work the top side a little bit as well. Try to get that rolled in the best we can here. Yeah, JJ, that is dirt. Yeah, just thought you might want to know.
You know, all the technology we have, nothing beats just getting out there and what's the surface like?
All right.
Well, the lights out, so here's the lineup for heat number 1 of the restricted. The inside, for row number 1, it's the 24K of Kason Kalkwarf. On the outside, the 387 of Nash Edwards. Then it's the 29A of Colton Andrzejczyk. On the outside, the 75 of Gavin Bolt. Then it's the 66 of Brooks Bowie, the 55K of Caden Anderson, the 46 of Noah Kopas, and the 61 of JP Schatz. Green flag in hand, here we go. There you go, the 75 of Gavin Bolt making a move to the outside. Bolt had one of your fastest times in qualifying. So no surprise that he jumps out into second place. It's Kason Kalkwarf, in the lead as Kalkwarf and Bolt and nobody else for a while there. Big battle in 5th, but at the moment your leaders, 0.348 the gap, but 2 seconds to the rest of the pack. And Bolt catching, now the gap in half. Not a great 1 and 2 for Bolt. Looking to make it up in 3 and 4 here. As we look at the gap, a little bit further, 2.41. And the 387, Nash Edwards gets power back to it. Slowed down a little bit on the front stretch. Next time by for the 24 and the 75, it's 1 to go. Big battle right here. Here we go, the 24 of Kason Kalkwarf and Gavin Bolt. Checkered flag, the next one to be displayed. Here we go, Kason Kalkwarf. So So there you have it for Heat 1 of the Now 600 Restricted. Heat winner of the 24K of Kason Kalkwar, followed by the 75 of Gavin Bolt and the 66 of Brooks Bowie, then the 29A of Colton Andrzejczyk. Your front two gave quite a show right there. Less than half a second gap between them. And again, we're going to double file, make them run through that in one. Looks like it's getting a little bit better. Let's tell you how they line up. I only see, well, let's count now. Oh, there's 7. All right. Inside row number 1, it's the 3A of Avery Kellen. On the outside, the 87 of Levi Ballard. Then it's the 22M of Mason Corbin on the inside of row 2, and on the outside, the 14L of Lucas Corbin. Inside row number 3, it's the 15 of Gio Anderlini, and the outside, it's the 31 of Kinley Snyder. And in row number 4, it's the 12 of AJ Barber. Flagman says 1 to go. Track crew happy with how it looks at the moment. So the lights are out. We should be good to go next time we get to the chalk line, which is looking less and less chalky as we go. They're bunched up. Into 3. RPMs accelerate. Here we go. Green flag flying, bumping at the start. If you ain't rubbing, you're racing. And that's the 22 of Mason Corbin. Getting into Avery Kellen. Kellen, not the start they were looking for. Kellen now getting stuff sorted out, but your leader, Ballard, way out front. It's going to be over a 1 second gap. 1.6 seconds to be exact. And Lucas Corbin, who had one of the fastest laps in qualifying, stuck in 4th, can't get around. So your running order goes Ballard, Kellen, Mason Corbin, and then Lucas Corbin. Then it's Gio Anderlini, AJ Barber, and Kinley Snyder. Here we go, 3 laps to go. It's Levi Ballard. That gap is almost 3 seconds now. Check that, it is 3 seconds. Dominant performance here in heat number 2 of the restricted. White flag out. One more time around. That's going to be Gio Anderlini fighting with Lucas Corbin. Corbin able to maintain the advantage for now as they come to the line. Yeah. So Levi Ballard way out front, no contention. And so the 87 of Levi Ballard winning that heat. The gap between him and the rest of the field, 3.782 seconds. That was a fast heat race right there. Then it was Avery Kellen, followed by Mason Corbin, Lucas Corbin, Gio Anderlini, AJ Barber, and Kinley Snyder. That was heat number 2 of 2. Now this should be heat 1 of our Sportsman Micros. Again, they're going to make them run up on the top a little bit. Probably a familiar sight you're going to see here, at least throughout the rest of the heats. Someone signal it in. It's coming. It better come over us. We have the lights on. How it works? If it turns. Damn. Oh. All right, 1 to go here, says the flagman. So your lineup for heat 1. On the inside of row number 1, it's the 70 of Brendan McCarter. On the outside, the 24 of Jared Hatra. Inside row number 2, it's the 17 of Tyler Freericks. On the outside, the 72V of Jesse Van Lanningham. And in row number 3, it's the 3 of Todd Laughlin. 5 cars, 8 laps. No light on in the corners, green flag in hand, and a fresh layer of chalk. Here we go, pedal to the metal as we come to the green flag. As we come past complete lap number 1, Brendan McCarter out in the lead. Might have had a piece of styrofoam out there or something that flew up. Battle in turns 3 and 4 for second. And Van Lanningham going to get the better of it. So McCarter, Van Lanningham, Hatra, and Laughlin. And it looks like Freericks is going to bring the car to the infield. So that's the 17 off. Some sparks there in turn 1, probably the brake pad there of Hatra. There goes McCarter. And Van Lanningham and Laughlin, Hatra. Oh, Hatra hits the top wall. White flag in the air. McCarter on the backstretch. Coming around, checkered in hand, and there we go. So heat number 1, Brandon McCarter. Then Jesse Van Lanningham, Todd Laughlin, and Jared Hatra. So heat 1 finishes like this. Brandon McCarter in first. Jesse Van Lanningham next, Todd Laughlin, then Jared Hatra. And Freericks was pulled to the infield. Heat number 2, and the 19 finds the gear again. There we go. And they're making these guys run real high and get back in line. Inside of row number 1 is going to be the 19 of Blake Dam. On the outside, the 28 of Preston Alexander. Inside row number 2, it's the 93 of JJ Stream. On the outside, the 13T of Taya Smith. And in row number 3, the 7S of Scott Smith. Oh, there you go. Hear a little bit of the double blade action from the Chinook over there. Car's got quiet enough. Just keeps tantalizingly hovering over there and not flying over us. That's all right. All right, making sure they're good and in line. And the light's out, so we should be green next time around. Find the gear you want. Find your foot on the right pedal. Jam it as hard as you can in the line. Here we go. Green flag for E2 of the Sportsman Micros. And not quite the start for Preston Alexander as Blake Demi goes up there into first. So as things straighten out, as Blake Dam and it's Tia Smith in the 13T. Love the color scheme on that car. Then it's the 99 of JJ Stream. Three more laps to go. Battle for third. It's Tia Smith and Scott Smith. There goes Scott Smith up into third. So it's going to be white flag for Blake Dami in the 19, JJ Stream, Scott Smith and Tia Smith. Preston Alexander brings up the rear. And the checkered flag is out for Heat 2 of the Sportsman Micros. So there you go. Heat number 2 for Sportsman Micros. Blake Dammy, the 19, gets the checkered flag, followed by JJ Stream, Scott Smith, Taya Smith, and Preston Alexander. I know how they fixed it with Race Manager last time, but if it's a different software, I don't know anything about it.
I'm gonna have to go back there and see what else went up in smoke. I got the caution lights working because all of them burned out. So I got those working, but no.
All right, as we bring out this next group here, we're going to roll the top just a little bit over there in corner 4 and over here in corner 1. So we're going to try to roll in the top just a little bit, hopefully get some things packed down. We've kind of been trying this all night, been fighting it all night so far. So the head flagman, give him the 1 to go before we drop the green flag on this one. It's going to be heat number 1 of our A class. And the 38 going to set the pace here.
On the inside of row number 1 is the 38 of Brantley Taden. On the outside, the 14J of Jet Nunley. Inside row number 2 is the 95G of Gunnar Griffin. On the outside, the 22 of Hank Soros. On the inside of row number 3 is the A51 of Jason Trosper. On the outside, the 01 of Owen Larson. Inside row 4, the 11AZ of Annalise Miller and Keegan Oskentowski in the 21. Here we go. Green flag, 8 laps. Class A class sprint cars. And that's 1 completed. And as things shake out, Jet Nunley out in front. Not a smooth ride through turn 1 still, as these cars' tires dig in. So it's Nunley, Taden, Soros, Strasberg, Griffin, Larson, Miller, and Ossentowski, your running order at the moment. There goes Larson on the inside in turn 1. Looking to get past Griffin, and he does. Owen Larson up into 5th. 1.48 the gap between the leader and the second place runner. Two to go. White flag's out this next time. And Keegan Ossentowski pulls to the infield. That's the end of his race. There goes Nunley. White flag, 1 to go. Everyone else straight up, plenty of gap. And the checkered flag for Jet Nunley. And Ossentowski kind of waving for some assistance. Looks like he's going to need a push off the track, but it's Jet Nunley taking the checkered flag in heat number 1 of your now 600A class wing, presented by Friesen Auto here at the track and by Milestone Home Service Co. for the now 600 National Series. Heat number 2 coming your way. And again, going to try to double file it. And not quite listening to instructions. They want them to roll it a little bit, but they split the worker out there. So here's what the lineup's going to look like. On the inside of row 1, it's the 18T of Talon Roberts. On the outside, the 2Z of Zach Zeller. Inside row 2, it's the 14 of Harley Holland. On the outside, the 55L of Titus Luce. On the inside of row 3, it's the 70 of Brendan McCarter. On the outside, the 64 of Brad McWhirter. Inside row number 4, it's the 98P of Paul Westfall. And on the outside, the 91 of Sam Keller. And again, not quite sure why they're splitting the driver, but that'll work. Lights are out. They're going to bunch up. 8 laps here. We go, green flag in hand. And are they in line in time? Yes, they are. Here we go. Very tight at the front, bumping out of turn number 2. There goes Zach Zeller. Zach Zeller with the move. Harley Holland also had a chance on the outside, not able to complete it. Zach Zeller. Roberts, and we got a car around in 3 and 4, and that's going to bring out the yellow. And a car around in 3 and 4. Looks like it's able to move a little bit. Oh, that doesn't look... Well, we'll see. It's rolling, but... We might get a hand waved and a little frustration there. So something happened in turns 3 and 4. We're lined back up, and here we go. We're not messing around here today. If they're in order, send them going. Love it. So it's Zach Zeller, Roberts, Holland, Luce, Collar, McWhorter, and Westfall. That's 4 complete. We're halfway through this thing. Roberts got a little sideways in turn 2. The track kind of evolving still with every lap. But we're going to get some good rubber laid down here in these heats. And the 70 of Brendan McCarter goes high. 2 to go. White flag out this next time. White flag now for the 2Z of Zach Zeller. Here we go. Then there's Taylor Roberts, Harley Holland, and Titus Luce. And the checkered flag for Zach Zeller. And Zach Zeller, the 2S, taking that heat. His fastest lap out there was a 10.493 here at KAM Raceway. A 10.493. So some great excitement there. Heat 3 up on the track now. Next.
All right, we're going to bring out heat number 3 of our A class. Well, what do you think so far?
I'll tell you what, these guys are pretty fast. I love it. And you know what I love the most? We had a yellow. We got them all lined back up in single file. And we went green like the next lap. I love that. We're keeping the show rolling.
That's how we do things.
We
here
got
at
our
the
A-team up here today, I guess. I don't know about me, but everyone else. So
Terry runs a pretty quick show here, so that's how we get it done.
I love it. All right. Well, as we line back up, let's look at the running order. And excuse me, not line back up, but line up for the first time. This is heat number 3. We started talking about that caution and got me all confused.
Heat number 3, going to line up like this.
On the inside of row number 1 is the 8 of Jace Blevins, the outside the 35L of Camden Gossard. Inside row number 2 is the 2F of Jaden Friesen, on the outside the 37 of Aiden Purdue. Inside row 3, it's 98L of Matthew Laughlin. On the outside, the 30 of Kyler Beers. On the outside of row number 4, it's the 73 of Tyler Christensen. And on the outside, the 7G of Ollie Geiger. Lights out. Hit the chalk, and here we go. Jaden Friesen, a good start. Not so good on the outside by Camden Gossard. Oh. You know, I had a feeling about that one. Inside, the 2F got a fantastic start, but the outside just didn't go.
No, it definitely was not the start that we wanted, so we'll get them all lined up, re-rack them, and we'll try it again.
So we're looking for a little bit more of an even start this time around. Lights are out there. They're still in order, so not messing around. Blevins and Gossard leading us to the green. Hopefully the right way this time. They're stacked. Here we go. Better. That's the word I'll use, better. Friesen knows this track. He loves this track. He's out to get Jace Blevins. So Friesen had moved up a spot on that start. And now closing the gap. So it's Blevins, Friesen, Gossard, and Laughlin. Top four. Laughlin trying to make a move on the inside. They're in third. 3 to go. Friesen awfully close. Jaden Friesen trying to get around. Whoa, Jaden Friesen airborne. Turn 1 still not smooth. White flag's out. Jace Blevin, Jaden Friesen. They almost touch in turn number 2. Friesen goes high. He's got one more corner to do it. As they come across the line, not enough. My, oh my, what a heat right there. Blevins and Friesen putting on a show up front.
I tell you what, the 2F of Jaden Friesen trying to do anything he could to get around, but not able to do it with only 8 laps on the...
I tell you, he caught a little air there in turn number 1, too. It's still bumpy if you run up a little higher.
Yeah, he was pushing it as hard as he possibly could, but not able to do it in 8 laps here.
One last heat here for our A-class, then we'll have a short, well, probably a normal-sized intermission. I don't know if there's such a thing as a short intermission, but...
We just call it brief. We'll call it a brief
there
intermission.
We go. That has so many different definitions.
Yeah.
Brief. We'll try to keep it brief on the inside here for heat number 4. It's the 12K of Brant Woods. On the outside, Titan Roberts in the 18. Inside row number 2, it's the 75 of Gavin Bolt. The outside, the 4J of Cruz Jelinek. On the inside of row number 3, the 319 of Hayden Hansen. On the outside, the 4 of Jude Allgaier. Inside of row number 4, it's the 04 of Cormac Linner. On the outside, the 12 of W.J. Campbell. That's your 8 out on track. And, well, my dad's a math teacher, and he taught me how to count. I only see 7. So, we'll figure out who's missing.
And we've got one that's on the call here, but not. Looks like it's not going to happen here. The head flagman giving him the 1 to go before we drop the green flag. So it looks like we are going with 7.
They said, whatever. You're not here, you're not racing. Let's go. We want the people out on the track. Looks like a little layer of fresh chalk. The lights out. They're bunching up. Here we go. Hit the gas. And that's Gavin Bolt taking the advantage of the start. He's in second, following Brant Woods. And something wrong with the 319. Hayden Hansen pulls to the infield. There goes Brant Woods. Whoa, turn number 1, my goodness. It's like a dirt trampoline over there. All smooth through it this time. 3 laps to go. It's Woods out front. Bolt behind, Roberts, Allgaier, Jelinek, Campbell, Hansen, and Leonard is the one who did not start, and Hansen's on the infield. So 6 still on the track. White flag for Brant Woods. Well, checkered flag for Brant Woods. And a 10.344 lap for Brant Woods on the last one. 10.344. Steve, you look gave a look of excitement there.
That's pretty dang quick around here on the 8th mile here at KAM Raceway.
So Woods takes the checkered flag. Bolt behind him. Roberts, Allgaier, Jelinek, Campbell was who was out on the track to get the checkered. And we're going to do many things here during intermission, one of which is see if we can get our lap counter back. So we'll see what we can do here during this, as Steve likes to call it, brief intermission. Well, folks, now's your time. If you haven't yet, find a bathroom, find some food. We may have some interviews coming here too. I don't know. We're gonna see. We gotta talk to the man in charge. See who he can find.
What's that?
Any interviews?
We can try to find some here. Well,
I don't know. I thought you were gonna find the big man himself. He's probably busy. Yeah, he's busy. All right. Well.
all right, so we're going to take a brief intermission here, race fans, and we'll get everything lined up ready to go for tonight's A's. We
tell
are
you
going
what.
to start with a couple B features. We do not have a couple of them. There's one class not going to run in a B feature, so we'll start with our Bs, then go into our A's. As you might have noticed, the lap counter having some issues tonight. So big thanks to the guys from Spinney's Electric. They're here checking it out, trying to figure out what went wrong. Earlier, little backstory here. When we got here today, we tested the lights, track lights turned on. Then the box that's right here by his feet that controls the yellow, green, and red, it started smoking.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah, and we found a really nice bird's nest inside there. So
well,
we
what
got
did you
part
have
of.
to do? What'd you do to the poor birds? My goodness.
No, there was none in there. They
okay.
left the nest. So
Good.
got that fixed. So the lights worked. Well, then we found out the lap counter didn't work. So now he's trying to figure out.
One problem leads to another.
They all go into that box right there. So he's starting up there. We're going to get it figured out, though, hopefully. So once again, brief intermission here. We'll get things ready to go for tonight's A main features and a couple Bs here. Speed weeks here at KAM Raceway. Then we go to the next track on Friday, Saturday, Jefferson County Speedway over in Fairbury. And then going to finish it up on Sunday at Stewart. So if it doesn't work, you just hit it.
I was gonna say, when in doubt, that's the role in the technology
Yeah.
world. If it does not work, just hit it a few times.
And for those of you watching on Extreme Sports, we're going to take a brief intermission, and then we will be back for tonight's features. Speed Weeks here at KAM Raceway.
Get ready, race fans. KAM Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class winged beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
right, KAM Raceway. The word up in the booth is we're about ready to get things back underway. Enough track work and electricity work, although not any positive effect at the moment. We'll keep working on that. It's a bummer, but and I know you guys can't hear me when the car's going around. Otherwise, I'd give you lap updates as I can. But the lights are out. The trucks are getting off. Let's run some cars on the track. And let's see who we got. Should start with the non-wing. We're going to run a B feature here. So 12 total laps for the non-wing, sponsored by the O'Reillys here at the track. So we're going to go around at least one more time, but the lineup should look like this. On the inside of row number 1, the 73 of Tyler Christensen. On the outside, the 38 of Brantley Taden. Inside row number 2, it's the 97 of Donnie Burrows. On the outside, the 4J of Cruz Jelinek. Inside row number 3, it's the 04 of Cormac Linner. On the outside, the 4X of Isaac Stutzman. On the inside of row number 4, it's the 11C of Blake Cantrell. On the outside, the 4 of Zaid Hansen. And inside row number 5, except I don't see 5 rows. So we are going to watch them as they come past here and try to figure out who's out there, who's not out there, and why in the world they're not. There's another car. That's the 1S of Skylar Jacobs. So that at least gets me a 5th row now. Oh, there we go. All right, now we're all out there. Look at that. So the 14 of Jake Lipker and the 1S of Skylar Jacobs are your 5th row. And so with the B main number 1, we're going to run 12 laps, the top 3 transfer. So here we go. Lights are out. The photographer's in between turns 3 and 4. This is going to be a sick photo on their lights. Here we go. Green flag at KAM Raceway. Two laps completed here out of 12. Tyler Christensen in the 73 out front. Then is Brantley Taden, and Donnie Burrows. Those are your top 3 currently going to make the cut. Or the transfer. Then it's the Ford X of Isaac Stutzman. And a car way up in turn 2. Everybody kept straight though. Here we go. 5 laps down, 7 to go. It's Christensen, Taden, Burrows, Linner, Stutzman, Jelinek, Lipker, and Jacobs. That was the halfway mark. This track now has a good running lane. All the work we did during intermission, all the heats we ran on it, and put it in a decent spot right now. And now Taden getting closer and pulls in front of Christensen, some new race leader in Brantley Taden. Taden, Christensen, Burrows, all within a second of each other. That's the top 3 that'll transfer. And Linner in 4th. He's not too far out there. White flag flies. 1 to go in B main number 1. And coming around to take the checkered flag is Brantley Taden, Tyler Christensen. Oh! And red out on the track. Everyone needs to stop on the track here. And And everyone's stopping, everyone going to attend to the drivers here. So we're going to wait and see. And one car rolled over, driver outside of it was sitting down. And the other one driving away. So we'll let medical crews attend, but so far, things looking better. So yeah, confirmed all drivers are okay. And we'll go let the EMS take a look. So we're going to get things cleaned up here. Drivers taking a look at. And happy for a good outcome out of that. Could have been a lot worse. And yeah, that race off right there that resulted in that was for a spot to transfer, so a little bit on the line. Glad everyone is looking okay at the moment.
All right, so under red flag conditions at the moment, as the 04 of Cormac Lanier, as you've seen over here, almost got as high as the fence. Rolled quite a few there, so he is currently in the ambulance getting checked out as soon as he is checked out from the ambulance. And then we will go back under yellow.
I will say, I was wondering what that ladder got tossed up there at about the same time that we went red. Well,
Yeah,
that's
we're-
just our electrician working on the lap counter. But I thought maybe someone was going to try to jump from the outside down there to go help. I said, that's probably not the smartest idea.
Nah, still trying to get some power over there to the lap counter. So we've got the electricians trying to get it figured out. it never fails. Everything works great, and then you have a big show come to town, and there's always something breaking.
I think if everything worked perfectly, we might get. There'd be some people getting.
Yeah, it'd be weird if everything worked
Yeah,
great.
no. I'd be looking at the moon, which you can kind of see.
Yeah.
It's a little hazy.
Once again, once we get the all clear from the ambulance, we'll go back under yellow to
And that's
bring
a
out
good-
the next group here.
Yeah, that's a good sign to see it backing up into its spot. That's when those lights turn on for backing up. But, yeah. Hopefully that's the spot that it normally sits, so hopefully it goes back there, and we'll be able to run our B main number 2. Sponsored by Haas Media and track sponsor Viero Wireless for the now 600 non-wing sprint cars. But we also now have, that might be track officials on the inside. So still waiting for permission to turn the track back to yellow. Until then, we're going to stay red. And we got some movement, and the light goes back to yellow, so we're going to run our cars out here for the B main number 2, all 10 of them. The top 3 are going to transfer. Is how we are running the B main for the now 600. Here's how they line up. On the inside of row number 1, it's the 55 of Titus Luce. Outside number 1, it's this one of CJ Catlett. Inside row number 2, it's the 35 of Camden Gossard. Outside is the 77 of Preston Norbury. Inside row number 3, it's the 87W of Keith Wilt. On the outside, the 15K of Caden Dady. Inside row number 4, it's the 20P of Sean Pointer, the 2 of Fox Funks, the 30 of Kyler Bierce, and the 03 of Devin MD. They're not even going to let me finish, and they're already around. And we're going red, and we're going to check on them here on the front stretch. You can see driver moving around here. So lights are back on, but that was right in front of us.
Yeah, that one just tipped on its side right here. Everybody kind of piled up. Everyone trying to get the lead position right off of the start.
And
These two kind of get tangled up. This one just kind of tipped over just a little bit. So
good sign. The ambulance turned on its lights, drove forward a little bit, and then turned the lights off and went back because they got the okay from the safety crew that looks like.
Yeah, they'll just tip that one over, look it over, make sure everything's good, and
it's probably up on that inside berm maybe a little bit too. Looks a little. Got some strong guys out there though doing some lifting.
yeah. So those two got together here.
Didn't even make it to the start finish line either, you know?
No,
So
no, we'll have a complete restart
how
on that
quick
one.
it can happen.
Once again, top 3 gonna go to the A main tonight. So we took the top 3 from the last B, top 3 from this one, and they will all go to the back of the A main. So we got 14 cars that were guaranteed the A, and then 3 and 3 from these 2 B mains go to the A feature here tonight. That's how we do it.
And while they're here in front of us, maybe a round of applause here from the grandstand for our safety crew and track volunteers. They're doing a great job tonight. Sometimes the most unappreciated job, but they do help us get things going and get people back going the right way. So we appreciate them, and we're going to line things back up and go for a complete restart. Track back in yellow. And again, a complete restart here of the race, so we'll line back up. Given the sign for 1 to go. And actually, well, maybe this is single file. Yeah, we're going to go single file restart. Nope, I take that back. We're going to go double file. Back goes the cone. I thought that felt a little weird for a complete restart. So, back side by side. 8 cars on the track. Lights out, green flag in hand. 12 laps to run here at KAM Raceway. Out of turn 4, finally a lap under the belt. It's CJ Catlett and Titus Luce, 1 and 2. they're kicking up mud. You gotta love being at a dirt track. Here we go. CJ Catlett, 0.59 the gap. And still a little rocky in turn one. That's 5 laps down, 7 to go. Everyone pointed the right way. It's Catlett, Luce, Funk right now in the transfer. Three, 4, and 5 all bunching up right now. Tight race. They're all looking for that transfer spot. Gossard able to hold on to 4th for now. Excuse me, that was Funk. Holding on to 3rd. They're all shuffling around. That is the transfer spot. Oh, they touch! Oh, they're all going forward still. They hit the tire. We're staying green. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, that 3rd spot's the spot to get. Catlett and Luce look like they're going to have it, but it's a runoff. Norbury has it right now. Norbury followed by Gossard. Funk's trying to get back up past Gossard. That's where he was before. We've got the white flag out on display now for CJ Catlett. Here we go, white flag in the air. One more time. CJ Catlett's going to come to the checker. Titus Luce and Preston Norberg are going to be your top 3 for the transfer. And then it's Gossard, Funk, Bears, Pointer, and Witt. So your 3 to make the transfer, CJ Catlett, Titus Luce, and Preston Norbury.
All right, there you have it. Non-wing 600 B main number 2 in the books now.
And so if we're to believe the order we've been given, we should be going to the Junior Sprints A feature right here. We'll see. Yep. That looks about right. The eyes never lie. A feature, 20 laps. Thanks to Big R Stores and M&K Ag Solutions for sponsoring your now 600 Junior Sprints. We got quite a few out on the track. Let's read them off. On the inside of row number 1, it's Tucker Friesen. On the outside, it's the 57 of Audrey Larson. Inside row number 2, it's the 65 of Brighton Bowie. On the outside, the 7W of Willard Ballard. On the inside of row number 3, it's 24K of Kason Kalkworth. And I'm not even going to get a chance to say them all. Here we go. We're going green. What an efficient show we're running tonight. I don't get a chance to say them all. I'll try to fill you in as we keep going here. Gio Anderlini out there, Everett Geiger in the 3G, the 77 of Weston Whitaker. And across the line first is Audrey Larson in the 57, followed by Tucker Friesen in the 1. Less than half a second in between them. That last time around, it moves to 0.67 now, so a little bit wider gap as Larson pulls away. There's a move on the backstretch entering turn 3. I believe that's Bowie moving up in front of Ballard. There you go, Bowie up into 3rd. And we're going yellow out on the track.
As the caution flag comes out, looks like we have debris there on the backstretch as we try to figure out what car that goes to. What do you think of our leader there, the 57, pulling away from the rest of the field here right at the beginning? Not too bad. Head flagman giving him 1 to go. We're going to go green again.
I tell you what, track crew's running an efficient race tonight. Although when you got HendrickCars.com on the side of your car, you probably should be out in front and leading the race, right?
That is true.
That helps a little bit.
As we go around, it's going to be green flag again, single file around the cone.
Here we go racing. Let's go. I love it. Keep them going. Everyone inside the cone. Good job, single file. That's going to give Bowie a chance to get on the inside of Friesen there in 3 and 4. Not going to make the move this time. Friesen able to fight him off. Now you got a little problem of some slower traffic. Let's see how Larson handles it here in 3. She goes to 4. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. And Bowie gets in front of Friesen, and Anderlini gets in front of Ballard. So a shakeup in the top 5, but not for your leader, Audrey Larson out front. Putting in a 12.43 lap that time around. For the junior sprints, that seems pretty darn good. 7 laps out of 20 completed, so 7 out of 20. And we stay green. Whoa, and we got a car sideways. They collect in turn 2. They hit the fence. They're still straight, so we're going to keep going green. Let's stay green out here. Got another car behind us ready to rock and roll. So it's Larson, Bowie, Friesen, Anderlini, Ballard, Kalkworth, your top 6. Here in your A main for your junior sprints. And a car pulling to the inside. That'll be the end of their night, I believe. And it's Larson with a 1-second gap. Now up to 1.12 second gap here for Larson as we've crossed the halfway point. 11 out of 20 completed. They're going to work to get that car in the infield a little bit further in. There we go. Still white, or excuse me, still green. 7 laps to go this time around for Larson. That was a 12.822 lap. So pretty consistent pacing out here on the speedway. We got battles everywhere you look. If you have problems paying attention to one battle, this is the one for you. Bowie trying to make a move now within half a second. Here we go, goes Bowie. You're going to give Larson a battle here potentially with 5 laps to go. They're entering turn 3. As they come out of 4, let's see what the gap is at the line. 0.56, so half a second gap. And Bowie's been making that gap up consistently lap over lap. If there's any more gain, this could be pretty good. Lap traffic might not be a problem here, we'll see. Although they are catching pretty quick. That was Kalkworth and Ballard side by side. Kalkworth moves up into 5th. Larson still keeps the lead, and we got a yellow out on the track. Yellow out on the track. Just as the running was getting good, what do we got? We got a car around on the backstretch, back under its own power. So we'll see how quickly we can line everyone back up single file and keep rolling.
And that is definitely not what the 57 wanted to see. Now that car is right behind her.
So right now, Brighton Bowie has ran a 12.488, and that was on the 7th lap as the fastest. Audrey Larson, the 12.406. So a little bit faster, but Bowie was catching.
Yeah, definitely catching in the corners there. So once again, we will be going single file around the cone. Once again, you cannot advance a position until you get around the cone out here on the front stretch.
We're getting the wave like, hey, let's pack together, let's go. Let's
Looks
go
like
back
we've
to the
got
running order.
30 laps remaining here. We are on lap 17 out of 20.
So the order not quite right yet, so we're going to run one more time around in single file.
We're going to do our best here to get the lap counter going again. They're still trying. Every time we get a caution, they run up there.
They're up the ladder.
They run up there and try to work on it.
We appreciate the hard work. I heard that they came out on the moment you called that they ran right out here, so we appreciate their help. All right, lights out in the corners. Green flag in hand, here we go. Got some encouragement from the people on the far side. Green flag, let's see what Bowie can do to Larson. Can Larson hold him off? 3 to go. The battle up front moves in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Larson still holds on to lead for now. We got a car.
We've got a wheel on the backstretch.
Whoa, there's a tire. We got a tire on the loose. Tire on the loose.
Tire coming off over there.
It's going to try to make a complete lap, but I think it's going to get stopped. It might get hit, actually. Oh, good save. Good catch.
As that tire came off that car over there. on the backstretch going to the corner. It's almost like NASCAR this last weekend. Tires falling off.
Tell you what, that was I hated that the Coke 600 ended under caution. Or
Yeah.
under red, I guess, technically, because of rain. But
Yeah, it rained out.
it was quite an entertaining race up to that point.
So whether it's NASCAR or micros here at KAM Raceway, we got wheels falling off the cars.
Our pets' heads are falling off. That's a movie reference if you don't get that one. All right, lights are out. Everyone's, not clear technically. So the light's back on. All right, good call. I tell you what, while we got a little time to fill, this Sunday was an incredible day for racing. It was
Definitely
quite
was.
filled of action. You got the Indy 500. I'm a Formula One guy as well, so I got that. And then NASCAR. I mean, man,
It was a good
I
Sunday
think
for Memorial Weekend.
I think I
races
sat on
in
my
one.
couch all day.
There you go. All right, lights out. We're going single file around the cone with a couple laps left.
Larson takes him to the chalk, takes him past the cone. Here we go. 3 to go. Still on the counter. Didn't make an official full lap last time. So this time by, it should be 2 to go. White flag out next time around. Larson holding on to the lead. Only by 0.17 of a second. Out of turn number 4. White flag in the air for Audrey Larson and Brighton Bowie. Out of 2. Larson has a little bit wider gap. Is it going to be enough by Bowie? No, it doesn't look like it. Audrey Larson. Checkered flag for your A Main Now 600 Junior Sprints here at KAM Raceway on
Night number 1 of Speed Weeks goes to Larson, getting the win here tonight.
There we go. That was a great race, couple cautions, that's all right, but
You know,
competitive driving out there.
For the up-and-coming drivers here at KAM Raceway tonight, Junior One's put on or Junior Sprints, sorry, bringing out a great show tonight.
Now we'll see. The schedule says that we got a B feature for the A class, but we'll see. You'd maybe mention not having a B class? I don't know. We'll see. That looks like them, right? All I can tell you is it's not our sportsman, so we're going to go ahead and assume it's our A class. 2 B mains, here's how they line up. On the inside of row number 1, it's the 4J of Cruz Jelinek. On the outside, the 4 of Jude Allgaier. Inside row number 2, it's the 01 of Owen Larson. On the outside, the 91 of Sam Collar. Inside row number 3, it's the 7G of Ollie Geiger. On the outside, the 319 of Hayden Hansen. Then it's the 30 of Kyler Bierce, the 73 of Tyler Christensen, and the 21 of Keegan Ostentowski. And we're missing a couple, but here we go. Whoa! Wild through turn 1. And no power left in that car. They're pulling the infield. That was Jelinek. Had one of the fastest lap times in qualifying. But here comes Sam Collar to the line, racing Owen Larson. Little bump on the backstretch. All straightened out. Here comes Larson inside. Not enough through 1 and 2. But really makes up for it in 3 and 4. Can the move hold? Side by side. Owen Larson doing his best. Sam Collar holding him off. This one's a good battle up front. Side by side. Collar still with the advantage. And every time Larson catches in 3 and 4, Collar takes it right back. Oh, Larson letting the in kick out there. Now the move. Now Larson has first. There goes Owen Larson. Owen Larson. 5 to go. And you give Larson some air, and they're gone. And another slow car pulls the infield. We're down to 5 on the track. It's Larson, Caller, Allgaier. Top 3 transfer. Allgaier makes a move in 3 and 4 and it holds. Allgaier up to second. Allgaier, Collar, Hansen, white flag for Owen Larson. And coming to take the checkered flag this time around, Owen Larson. Larson followed by Allgaier and Collar. And that is your B-Main race number 1. Owen Larson in the 01 takes the checkered for B-Main 1, followed by Jude Allgaier and Sam Collar. Those are your top 3 to transfer. Man, was there some excitement in that one. Loved watching that one. Loved the move Larson put on in 3 and 4.
There we go. It's time to do it again. As we bring out the next one, we got the chalk line ready to go. So B-Main number 2 will line up like this.
Inside row number 1 is the A51 of Jason Trosper on the outside, the 35L of Camden Gossard. Inside row number 2 is the 95G of Gunnar Griffin, and the 64 of Brad McWhirter. Inside row number 3, it should be the 12 of W.J. Campbell, the 70 of Brendan McCarter. Then it's the 11AZ Annis Lisa Miller, Paul Westfall, and Cormac Leonard. Here we go. And another car getting high up on the berm that first time around. The start of the B-Main looked exactly the same last time.
Once again, top 3 cars going to the A.
Gossard in the lead. Trosper and Griffin. To go this time around for Camden Gossard, Jason Trosper, and Gunnar Griffin. Those are your top 3 in the transfer. Then it's Campbell, McWhirter, Miller, McCarter, and Westfall. We got a Gunnar Griffin to the infield. His B-Main is over. Gossard, Trosper, Campbell. 1, 2, and 3. Three laps to go here for Gossard. Catching up to some slower traffic, makes a move to the inside, and cleanly through. 1.6 the gap between Gossard and Trosper. White flag out. One more time around for the A class, B-Main 2. And checkered flag for Camden Gossard.
All right, there you have it.
So the top 3 in the transfer, Camden Gossard, Jason Trosper, and W.J. Campbell. And then it was McWhirter, Miller, Westfall, and then McCarter and Griffin were pulled into the track early, or in the race. Should be our sportsman micros up next, if we are attaining to the schedule. So we'll see what comes out on track. And confirmation, Sportsman A. So we're going to figure out where they are. Need cars on the track to run laps around it.
So Sportsman coming out here in just a moment. Once again, we want to thank each and every one of you for being out here tonight. Night number 1 of Speed Weeks. Night 1, night 2 here at KAM Raceway. Then we go to Jefferson County Raceway over in Fairbury on Friday and Saturday. And then finishing it off on Sunday in Stewart. So 5 days here of micro racing. Each day back to back here. So big thanks to Now 600 for coming into town here to put this show on for each and every one of you. Also, if you're watching on Extreme Sports, glad to have you watching from the comfort of your own home or wherever you're watching.
Yeah, there's probably not mud and dirt getting flung at them if they're sitting in their recliner.
No.
Although, one could argue that the smells and the sounds of the racetrack, along with the dirt, man.
You know, nothing's better than being here live. But if you can't, you can also watch us on Extreme Sports. Go to x-streamsports.com. Go to KAM Raceway on their page, and you can link up and watch each and every week of racing here at KAM Raceway each and every Friday night. But tonight and tomorrow, we got this going on. We will not be racing Friday.
Hey, look at that. We got lights on the score counter at least. That's better than what we've had before.
There you go.
Progress. Speaking of having another night of this, show of hands if you plan on being here tomorrow night. I want to see how many returners we're going to get.
There you
I
go.
got a few hands. I got a few hands down there. All right. I think tomorrow night's, I don't know. Could it be a better show? I hope so. I mean, we've had a pretty good show so far.
It's been a good show tonight.
Except for now our Sportsman Micros. I don't know. We can't blame them for everything, though, can we?
No.
I think this is the first time I blamed them for anything, though. So.
I mean, we got a few waiting up there and staging. We're probably waiting on a couple. So for all the updated points, make sure you visit our website, kamraceway.com. You can also follow Now 600 as well. If you want to follow along with all the action here, make sure you download the My Race Pass app, and you can follow along with all the points of all the different series and multiple tracks. All right, time to bring out this next group here.
Sportsman Micros A feature. We're going to run 20 times around the track. We're going to see if we might get a lap counter. So let's tell you who's out there. We should have 10 cars. I count 8. So hopefully we got a couple more. Looks like maybe need a little push. Maybe we'll see. So lights are out. They're not even going to let me tell you who's out there. So we'll stop the music. We'll walk you through it as we go. But it's Van Lanningham and McCarter on the front row. Here we go. Green flag. So Van Lanningham, McCarter, 1 and 2. Whoa, front to back. Van Lanningham, McCarter giving us a show in the front. McCarter had to check up. Rocky through 1, but a lot better than it was in the heats. There goes Van Lanningham, McCarter, and Smith. Jared Hatcham moves up in front of JJ Stream. And Tyler Freericks is going to pull the infield. The battle for first is still on. Not enough momentum for McCarter. Now trying low. Good. It was blocked by Van Lanningham. Way to stick in your racing lane. Smith and Stream side by side. There goes JJ Stream. On the outside, can the move stick for third and fourth? Stream has the advantage across the line. Van Lanningham still holding off McCarter, excuse me. As they reach lap traffic, that's going to slow Van Lanningham down. Van Lanningham on the inside. commits to the move, gets on by without a problem.
As we're halfway through this one.
McCarter losing ground. Now the gap's down to 0.6. McCarter goes high. He gets a run. Not enough yet. There goes, I believe that's Hatcher past Smith. Excuse me, no, it's Smith taking back the position from Hatra. Here we go, 1 and 2. Van Lanningham, McCarter. 7 laps to go. And it's not any smoother in turn 1. There goes Van Lanningham. There goes McCarter, and we got a yellow out.
As we've got one off the pace there on the backstretch, bringing out the caution here.
Way off the pace and very quickly.
So we've got 14 laps down out of 20. So we're going to get them all lined up in the correct running order. The 72V is your race leader. Brandon McCarter in second. 93, your JJ Stream in third. So that's going to bring out the cone once again out here on the front stretch. You cannot advance a position until you get around the cone here on the front. Head flagman giving us the 1 to go before we drop the green flag. And hey, look, we got the lap counter back.
Hey, we got a lap counter. There we
We'll
go.
see how long it lasts.
Look at that. Just in time, right?
Just want to give a big thanks to Smitty's Electric for getting the lap counter fixed for us. We'll see how it does for this next 6 laps. Lights out, we're going green.
Good restart there. Stream in third. JJ Stream looking to get McCarter. There goes Smith to the inside. Smith not enough. Had to check up. There goes Van Lanningham. Smith now up past JJ Stream. Smith had enough to hold on to third. 3 laps. McCarter off the pace. Van Lanningham still on it. 2 to go. 1 car to the infield. Intense battle for 5th and 6th. Sparks flying off. Oh, collision. 4 cars involved. And that's going to bring us to a slow.
And with 1 lap to go, we've got a bunch of cars spinning out there in corner number 4 as we were coming over here to the white flag. Man.
Tell you what, everyone was good on the brakes there. So we're going to double check on the drivers, make sure everyone's okay, but you could see that coming a little bit as they entered turn 3, and then it fully manifested itself into the 4-car kind of bumper cars there in turn number 4. All right, so we got the car off. We're going to get everyone lined up. And we're going to try to finish this one last lap. One would assume we're doing green-white checkered, but I don't know, only 1 to go, so. The white flag is in hand. And usually that means he's looking to pull it out pretty quickly.
All right, 1 more lap here for your sportsman.
Once they hit the line, here we go. And not the start for Van Lanningham that he wanted, but he holds on. Can Van Lanningham get the checkered? Yes, he can. And at one point, we were running 99 laps, but that cleared out. I think that just went to default when it hit 0. So Jesse Van Lanningham in the 72V, your A-Main feature winner here tonight at KAM Raceway for the Sportsman Micros.
All right, race fans, with that, it is now time for our non-wing 625 lap A-Main feature.
Big thank you to Big R Stores for Aero Wireless for sponsoring the NOW 600 non-wing. And we're going to line up. And it looks like we're going to have them do some work in turn number 1, so that's good for me, because I get to tell you who all is out there. On the inside of row number 1, it's the 1T of Wout Huffmans. On the outside, the 37 of Aiden Perdue. Inside row number 22 is Hank Soros. On the outside, the 98 of Matthew Laughlin. Inside row number 3, it's the 12K of Brant Woods. On the outside, the 319 of Hayden Hansen. Inside row number 4, it's the 14J of Jet Nunley. On the outside, the 19X of Marcus Kennedy. Inside row number 5, it's the 7G of Ollie Geiger. On the outside, the 01 of Owen Larson. Inside row number 6, it's the 2F of Jaden Friesen. On the outside, the 2Z of Zach Zeller. On the inside of row 7, the 21 of Gage Weldon. On the outside, the 21X of Keegan Ostentowski. On the inside of row 8, the 38 of Braden Taden. Brantley Taden, excuse me. On the outside, the 1 of CJ Catlett. Inside row 9, the 73 of Tyler Christensen. On the outside, the 55L Titus Luce. On the inside of row 10, the 04 of Cormac Linner. On the outside, the 77 of Preston Norbury. There's a lot of cars out there. They're going 25 times around KAM Raceway here in Hastings, Nebraska. Race fans, you ready to watch this? Get a little non-wing action, and I'm ready. Let's go. 25. We get the signal for 1 to go.
As we are set, Speed Week's night number 1, brought to you by Now 600 here tonight. The first night of the stop here. Race fans, you can hear the engines revving as we are set to go. 25 lap A-Main non-wing 600th, 19 cars, 25 laps as they come out of corner number 4. Take it away.
Huffman's Purdue to the line. And boy, there's a lot of cars out there. My Race Pass live timing gonna do the trick. 4 is here. They're all through. It's Purdue and Huffman's. So Purdue, Huffman's 1 and 2. Then it's Soros and Laughlin. Whoa! Huffman's wiggling around there in turn 1. That's a tricky spot to get through for the drivers. There's Purdue, Huffman, Soros, Woods and Laughlin. 1 through 5. And we stay green here. 21 to go. 20 this time by. Started to line out a little bit more. Again, turn 1 being tricky for some of the drivers. There's Purdue, Huffman, Soros, Woods, Laughlin, Hansen, Nunley, Friesen. Huffman's closing the gap on Aiden Purdue. It's Wout Huffman. Way up on the berm on the inside of 4. Everyone's doing a little shuffle. Your front 4 are clear. Battle for 5th. A little contact as Jet Nunley slides up. Jet Nunley now in 5th. Had a good move on Hayden Hansen. And we got a car turned around, turn 4. We're going yellow. Going yellow, going yellow.
As the 55 spinning out here on the front stretch.
So Titus Luce, if that is the 55L.
Tough break.
And we were running so good there.
Yeah, tough break there for the 55 with 15 laps remaining. As we will get them all restacked again. As the 37 is our race leader.
So Luce will go to the back of the pack. And we'll single file restart with 15 to go.
Yeah, so the 55 going to have to go to the rear of the field for bringing out the caution. So he's got 15 laps to try to advance a few positions here on night number 1.
Looks like we're ready to go in time. The lights out, the cones out. The drivers are ready to go here as we hit the chalk.
As everybody making it around the cones, we are good to go. Single file, 14 laps this
In
time.
comes the cone and around comes Aiden Purdue, still in the lead. Whoa, and around in 3, they all move around. Hey-oh. Whoa. That was close.
As he at 319, Hayden Hansen spinning out. Everybody got around her though.
I was going to say the reaction times of those drivers. That was good.
As she was sitting right there in the top 10. So tough break for her with 14 laps remaining.
So it does look like since the lap counter went down, we did complete a full lap. So we'll get the order when the caution came out, line them up, and get them ready to go. And I think we're a lot closer to that than...
Yep, head flagman's ready to go. We're going green this next time by. Once again, 14 laps left up on the board.
I just love an efficient show. I love this. I love them. We're getting them lined up. We're getting them ready to go. We're keeping the action on the track high for everyone here in the stands and everyone watching online at home. Purdue going to take us to the line. Cones back out. Here we go. And that's going to be one completed. So we'll keep going around. Battle right now for 6th. Getting through is Jaden Friesen. He's in 6th. Aiden Purdue, Wout Hoffman, less than half a second between them. As we're rocking and rolling now, 10 to go. Now 9.
As we have 10 laps remaining here.
And running way up high for some of those drivers in turn 1 and 2. It's bouncy, so you either go above it or below it. You did not go through it. There's your leader. 7 to go. And Purdue catching up to the last 2 drivers out there. 6 to go. Purdue gets through without too much trouble. Hopkins is going to look to do the same. Oh, we got a smoking 4. Smoking 4. That brings out the yellow.
And the 98 car. As the 98 of Matthew Laughlin going up in smoke with that motor. So that's going to bring out the caution here. 5 laps remaining in our non-wing 600 feature here tonight. A real tough break there for the 98 as he climbs out of the car. Race fans, let him hear you.
Yeah, Matthew Laughlin. That's going to be the end of that race with as much smoke as there was. And it looks like we're going to try to track guy on the backside. In turn 3, you can see it looks a little bit brighter in one spot. I bet they're going to try to have the tires run over that a little bit if that was any oil down there.
Yeah, and as you're seeing over here, corner number 1, a bunch of them going low in corner number 1, trying to avoid the hole over there, and a whole bunch of them pushing up the cushion over there. So they're getting a little bit high as well up on the top part in corner 1 and 2.
And yeah, in turn 3, they're showing them the slick spot, saying, get your tires through that. Get some rubber on it.
Yeah, as we get that spot cleaned up, we got that car moved to the infield. Going to get him moved into the pit area. It's a tough break for him. We'll get them all lined up here. It looks like we're good to go as soon as we get everything taken care of on the track. 5 laps remaining once again here with the non-wing 600 A main feature.
It looks like they're putting on a little dry over there in turn 4, so not quite ready to go yet still. And just when I thought to myself, I didn't say this out loud, but I thought it, man, that was rolling so well. Of course, the broadcaster's curse, anytime you think or say anything, the opposite usually happens, so.
Yeah.
That one's on me, guys. 5 laps to go when we get back underway, but a lot of track work still kind of being done to make sure it's safe to resume. And some people don't quite understand the signal there, but that means run your tires through it. Really stomp on the gas there. Good. What car is that? That hypercar, that too. That car knew what he was doing. All right, lights out. Track officials back to the infield. The cone is out. We're lined up, single file, nose to tail.
As we're going 5 laps, nose to tail around the cone. And we get everybody clearly through the cone.
All within the cone. Here we go. 4 now. A big shake up in the middle of the pack. Trying to see what happened there. So it's Purdue, Huffman's, Soros, Woods, and Hunley, your first 5. Larson trying to make a move. Larson's behind Geiger. They both get high. And there's the checkered flag. So we come across the line here.
I called it. You did.
And your A main feature winner for your now 600 non-wings, the number 37 car, Aiden Purdue. Fantastic 25 laps of racing. And the restricted A feature should be up next. So we'll get them rolling out on track as soon as we can.
As that brings out our restrictors out here on the track, it looks like we've got 15 cars scheduled, and they'll line up like this.
Inside row number 1, it's the 75 of Gavin Bolt. On the outside is going to be the 87 of Levi Ballard. Inside row number 2, it's the 24K of Kason Kalkwarf. On the outside, the 22M of Mason Corbin. Inside row number 3, it's the 14L of Lucas Corbin. On the outside, the 3A of Avery Kellen. Inside row number 4, it's the 66 of Brooks Bowie. On the outside, the 29A of Colton Andrasic. On the inside of row number 5 is the 15, Gio Anderlini. On the outside, the 55K of Caden Anderson. Inside row number 6, it's the 12 of A.J. Barber. On the outside, the 46 of Noah Kopis. Inside row number 7, the 387 of Nash Edwards. On the outside, the 31 of Kinley Snyder. And in row number 8, it's the 61 of J.P. Schatz. So the command to speed up, double file it in. Stay high, but do not start before the chalk line. My gosh. We've had a few that have been close. Not officially called off, but hey, it's only a matter of time.
And as you see it, the head flagman giving him the 1 to go before we drop the green flag. 25 lap A main feature here tonight for our now 600 restrictors. 15 cars, 25 laps. They're going to go into corner number 3. They're going to come out of corner number 4 at the chalk line. We're going green.
Stomp on the gas, get the green flag out, let's go. Good start. And the dust flying, 1 lap complete. It's Gavin Bolt out to the lead. Whoa, 2 cars collide, the backstretch. We're still going though, we're still straight. No, we're not, we've got yellow.
As a 24.
Oh, no.
24K, Case and Colkworth on the backstretch. And the 3A was the one that stopped over here in the corner. 23 laps remaining here. We'll see how we reline that up.
So out comes the cone. Single file, they're bumping. Oh, they are anxious for the start. Look at this.
That's right, single file restart. Here we go.
And the wind that these cars make is picking it up. The 22M of Mason Corbin making a looking move. On the inside, not able to make it yet. So it's Gavin Bolt, Levi Ballard, Mason Corbin, and Lucas Corbin. Mason Corbin trying to get across in front of Levi Ballard. The watch is saying the sounds are loud, and I agree. Here we go, Gavin Bolt. That's the 75 car in the lead. Corbin, Mason Corbin can't get around the outside. He looks inside. He doesn't have enough. 18 laps to go. Mason Corbin sitting in third. That's your leader. That's the 75 of Gavin Bolt. Turn 1 is so bumpy that Mason Corbin had momentum built and it just lost it. Sucks the speed right out of the car. Corbin better getting around there. A lot more speed. Gavin Bolt getting ready to lap the back of the pack. Here comes Lucas Corbin up in the conversation. He's not far away at all. Whoa, car hits the wall and is back straight.
As the track's definitely getting a little slick over here in the corners.
The drive off, Bolt laps a few cars, 13 to go, still green. We're going to get the halfway signal and a car around in turn number 2.
And the 61 bringing out the caution.
So we ran 12 of our 25 laps. Not a problem at all. Great racing. We're going to get that car flipped around. Get everybody lined back up. And keep things moving. Boy, do those cars kick up some wind. It wasn't windy before, then they started driving, and I was like, wait a second. A little extra dust flying in your eyes. I'm telling you, the people at home that are listening, you don't get this experience in your easy chair.
Nah, definitely it's a lot better to be here at the track, but if you can't, obviously watch it online. As the track definitely slicking up just a little bit here as we are set to go. They're going to be nose to tail around the cone, 13 laps remaining.
They took nose to tail, literally. Love it. And the start is the time to make your move. Not going to happen. Caden Anderson moves up in front of Gio Anderlini. Laps to go. Gavin Bolton, the 75, leads the pack. Then it's Mason Corbin making the move up in front of Levi Ballard. Corbin up in the second. He finally got that move made. Now he's got 8 laps to get up to Bolt. Goes Mason Corbin. Putting in some lap times. Can he get enough? 7 to go. Mason Corbin, a man on a mission. The gap's getting shorter. The lap's getting faster. Shaved off 0.2 of a second that time. Here goes Mason Corbin. That's for the lead. Mason Corbin, Gavin Bolt, 4 to go. Must see racing right here on Extreme Sports. Here goes Mason Corbin on the outside. Inside, down to 0.225. They're going to get to some lap traffic. 3 to go. Here goes Mason Corbin. I don't care if you're cheering for him. This is good racing. There, Gavin Bolt finds an extra gear. 2 to go. Gavin Bolt trying to hold on the lead. He's got slower traffic in front. White flag's out. White flag one more time around. Here goes Corbin on the outside. He doesn't have enough. Corbin on the outside. Corbin not going to do it. Gavin Bolt. Oh, Lordy. And we have a car around in turn 2. Oh, my goodness, folks.
As the checkered flag comes out, what a finish.
Oh, my goodness. 0.163 seconds separated the win.
I tell you what, Nathan, wow.
Woo! I could see that coming from a ways. The distance just kept getting shorter and shorter, and you watch out my race pass, and the time got less and less.
Yeah,
and then that lap traffic, I was like, I don't know.
Reeling in, but didn't get it. So there we have it for the restrictors. So there you have it. Gavin Bolt getting the win here tonight for night number 1 here for the restrictors. As the dust starts to settle here.
Is it settling or is it still flying?
I don't know. It's still up in the air there.
I still felt it in my face. I gonna need a glasses cleaner after this. They didn't put windshield wipers on my lenses. My goodness. Well, what do you think? One more?
Yeah,
One more for the
let's-
evening?
Let's do it. One more for night number 1 here.
I was going to say, the good thing is we're coming back.
Now, I know this is the first time you've been here as far as announcing.
Sure, yeah.
You've done some big car stuff. What do you think of the micro track?
They're so little. But I'm also, like, I'm worried every time because I'm like, they don't have as wide of a wheelbase. And so I'm like,
It's a little
are
fast.
Are these stable? And then you see them kind of moving around, and then they still stay on 4 wheels. And I'm like, well, all right.
Little faster pace.
It's kind of like, I don't know, would you drive a Fiat or a Hummer? I don't know. Like,
there you go.
I'd take a bigger car than a smaller one. I don't know.
They're pretty quick.
This is definitely less than half the track that McCool was, but I love it. It's
Yeah.
quick lap times. There's a lot going on, and for a guy who cannot pay attention to one thing, I love it.
Oh, you're doing good. So, all right, we are set, ready to go. They're over there in staging. We are just about ready to bring out our next group here.
What'd you tell me last time? Find a cool song?
All right, so we're waiting just a moment here. The 75.
So our feature winner
Yes.
of this last one
Yep.
is
Gonna-
switching.
He's going to go back, get in his other car, and get in this lineup that we are just about ready to announce.
I think he's got to put his wings on it, too.
So we're waiting just a moment here for him to get out of that one into these ones. Doing double duty here tonight, so it's pretty good to see. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here tonight for night number 1 here at KAM Raceway. Like we said before, multiple nights here tonight and tomorrow. Then we go over to Jefferson County Speedway over in Fairbury on Friday, Saturday, and then over to Stewart on Sunday for Speed Weeks. Now 600s.
Is this a good song?
It-
Nothing
it'll-
but a good time?
Yeah, that's good.
Is that what everyone's had tonight? Nothing but a good time? Has it been a great time? I want to hear the reactions. How we doing? There's one enthusiastic fan. There's 2. All right. Maybe it's still the Red Bull in me that's firing all cylinders. I don't know. But I love that last race. That was down to the last lap. That's what you want at a racetrack. Well, we should have 20 cars out on the track running 25 laps for this A-Class A feature. Like we said, trying to get a wing on a car, so we're going to give them some time. It's only just about 10:30. It's pretty good.
Yeah. 10:25, we're good.
I was here 2 weeks ago, and of course we probably ran a little bit more, had a couple more red flags, but, well, you and I didn't leave till midnight. We were talking about this gig.
Yeah, it's been a great night so far. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. All of you watching on Extreme Sports as well. Hope you guys tune in tomorrow night as well, as we will be ready for night number 2. Good chance we'll have a few more cars tomorrow. But we are waiting for this final race here tonight for night number 1. And we'll get this ready here in just a moment.
I've been chastised. I got told off for mentioning time. I don't know. I think these guys will do good. Here we go. 25 laps. We're gonna get these cars out on the track. We're gonna have nothing but a good time here to finish it off. 25 more laps to be turned around KAM Raceway. Let's introduce you to your starting grid. On the inside of row number 1, it's going to be the 14J of Jet Nunley. On the outside, it's going to be the 2Z of Zach Zeller. Inside row number 2, it's the 2F of Jaden Friesen. On the outside, the 75 of Gavin Bolt. Inside row number 3, it's the 22 of Hank Soares. On the outside, the 8 of Jace Blevins. Inside row number 4, it's the 12K of Brant Woods. On the outside, the 14 of Harley Holland. Inside row number 5, it's the 37 of Aiden Purdue. On the outside, the 55L of Titus Luce. On the inside of 6, it's the 38 of Brantley Taden. On the outside, the 18T of Taylon Roberts. Inside row 7, it's the 98L of Matthew Laughlin. On the outside, the 18 of Titan Roberts. Inside row 8, it's the 01 of Owen Larson. On the outside, the 35L of Camden Gossard. Inside row number 9, it's the 4 of Jude Allgaier. On the outside, the A51 of Jason Trosper. And inside row number 10, it's the 91 of Sam Collar. On the outside, the WJ the 12 of W.J. Campbell. All right, time to catch our breath, time to give a little stretch, time to lock in for 25 more. And for your A feature of the night, we send it double file. And we send them off with a good theme. This is the race of the night, the final feature. It's your A-class swing. This is the big dog. So we broke out the big song. Nunley and Zeller are going to take us to the line. Not this time, but the next time. And fans, why don't you do something? Why don't you give these guys a wave as they go past? They're putting their lives out there. They love what they're doing, but boy, have they given us a show tonight. All the drivers, give them a wave. They're going to do a parade lap. We appreciate them. Let's do it. I'm ready to race. Are we going four abreast? Are we going four abreast here? Look at this formation. And this is the drivers saluting you two as the fans.
Race fans, as they come around this next time by, stand up, wave at your favorite driver. It's parade lap, night number 1, now 600s, A-class.
I did it.
All right, stand up, wave at your favorite driver. We've got 20 cars set to go 25 laps around KAM Raceway here tonight.
The night time is the right time to go racing here at KAM Raceway. Let's go. Everybody back in formation. I'm ready to go. One to go, says the flagman, for the final feature race of the night. Nunley, Zeller take us to the line, followed by Friesen and Bolt.
And we've got one stopped over there.
Dang it. Let's see who that was. Well, it looks like they got it restarted and moving, so it'll rejoin the pack. And maybe this time it can be one to go.
As we've got them all lined up, they are ready to go 25 laps. Lights are out around the track. The next time they come around, we will be under green.
KAM Raceway, you guys ready for one more race? Let me hear you. They're in turn 3. They see the chalk. The lights are out. Green flag in hand. Let's go racing.
As we present to you our A-Class, a main feature, 25 laps as they all get in through corner number 1 and 2. We get back over here to corner 3 and 4. Slicing and dicing all the cars, trying to settle their way into position. Two left at Jaden Friesen trying to make a move on our race into the 14. 14 of Jet Nunley. It's Nunley, it's Friesen, 1 and 2. Friesen trying to dip low underneath to take the lead away, as he does. Your new race number 2 of Jaden Friesen. 14 right behind in second, trying to cut back down underneath.
And Jaden Friesen makes the move up to first. Friesen in front of Nunley. Friesen right in the high line.
As the 2 effort, Jaden Friesen already coming around to the lap traffic cars. 20 laps to go.
That time through a lot smoother for Friesen. He goes high. Already into lap traffic.
As Friesen putting the lap traffic car in between him and our second place position. Second place position bobbles just a little bit with the lap traffic car. As Friesen already making his way through quite a few of the lap driver cars, putting his lead out. Only by 3 cars.
So find and follow the 2F. That's your leader, 16 to go.
It's Friesen, Nunley, Zeller, Soares. That's your top 4.
We got a tire out. They hit a tire.
As somebody hits a tire over there in corner number 4, that's going to bring out the caution. So caution flag coming out. 15 laps left to go. Hey, as we get them all lined up, ready to go once again, we got the cone coming out. But Nathan, I see you've got some information to talk about.
Yeah, I was just handed. These cars are too darn loud. We're going to get it here in a second. Let's let them get to the backstretch here. Just an FYI, when the races are over, it's $1 for a hot dog, $1 for a popcorn, or $2 for a pretzel.
So
Go get 'em.
right now, go on over there, dollar hot dogs. Lights are out. We're going back green. 15 laps remaining. The 2F for Jaden Friesen going to set him off. And with a good restart for the 2F for Jaden Friesen. 14 right behind in second.
Jaden Friesen, Jet Nunley out in front. There goes Soares on a move. Soares in front of Zeller. Hank Soares in third. Jaden Friesen has to hold off
Right
Jet
on.
Nunley. Well, something doesn't look quite right on that car. I don't know.
So it looks like it's the 91 involved in that. Yeah, it looks like it's Roberts in there as well. I think, yep, that's tail end. So the 18T going to the infield.
That was close in turn number 2. Woo-hoo-hoo.
So the 2F at Jaden Friesen is our leader. The 14J at Jet Nunley in second. Hank Soares third. Zach Zeller fourth. Hayden Purdue, that is your top 5. And Gavin Bolt right on the outside of that.
But we are lights out, green flag in hand, tracks clear, let's go. Friesen, a lot better restart. Bouncing around. Turn 1 and 2 is nasty. Bumpy. Here we go. 9 to go. Allgaier in the 4, moved up to 12, now to 11. Jaden Friesen, 7 to go. And some great battles. There's the 2F. 5 to go. Jaden Friesen out front. Jet Nunley, 0.6 behind. They're all shuffling around. Friesen's caught in lap traffic. Friesen goes up high but saves it.
Battle for the lead between the 14 and the 2F of Friesen.
2 laps to go for Friesen. Jet Nunley takes the lead. White flag for Jet Nunley. On that lap, overtook Friesen, dealing with lap traffic. Checkers flag out now for the 14, and Jet Nunley takes the checker. With 2 laps to go, Jet Nunley overtakes the 2F of Jaden Friesen to be your A-May feature winner for tonight for the Now 600A class.
Race fans, what do you think about that one?
That's some racing right there. That was entertaining and very smooth.
And with that, that's going to do it for night number 1. Nathan, close us out.
Well, folks, we hope to see as many of you here tomorrow night, same time, same fantastic action out on the track. Now 600 National Series here with us. Fantastic racing. Steve, that was lots of words. It was awesome.
It was a good night. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for coming out. If you want to go down to the pits, get an autograph from your favorite driver, you can do so.
Might even be a favorite professional driver over there, baby. I don't know.
Yeah. So go over there, get an autograph of your favorite driver from tonight, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow night, same time. Gates open at 6:30. Hot laps, everything else starting right around 7.
If you're driving home, drive home safe. And may all your travels be good. Good night.